Today, I'm going to be talking about limited tort in Pennsylvania, the car insurance choice that could cost you your whole case. Hi, I'm Rose Harper. I'm a personal injury attorney, and my firm helps people who were hurt in accidents that weren't their fault across Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and New York. Today, I want to talk to you about something unique to Pennsylvania. It's something that almost no one understands until it's too late, and that can actually be worth tens of thousands of dollars to you, or it can cost you that much if you choose wrong. It's the choice between limited tort and full tort. So here's the background. Pennsylvania is what is called a no-fault state. And that means when you buy auto insurance here, you get to pick how much of your right to sue you want to keep. That's right, how much of your right to sue someone who causes an accident against you. That's a really big decision, right? There are two choices. One is called full tort and the other is called limited tort. And whichever one you pick, or that someone picked for you when you signed up fast online to save a few dollars a month, that choice follows you in every accident you have while that policy is active. So what's the difference? If you have full tort coverage, you keep your full legal rights. You want to keep your full legal rights. Don't give up full tort. You want full tort. So if you have full tort coverage, you keep your full legal rights. So if someone hits you, you can sue them for everything that you've been damaged by, your medical bills, your lost wages, and importantly, your pain and suffering. Pain and suffering is the money that compensates you for the physical pain, the sleepless nights, the months that you couldn't pick up your kids, the hobbies that you had to give up. And in a serious case, that's often the largest part of the settlement that you receive. Now, here's where limited torts bites people. If you choose a limited tort option, and a lot of people do this because it lowers your monthly payment for your auto insurance, you generally give up the right to sue for pain and suffering. You can still recover for your medical bills, your lost wages, your hard out-of-pocket costs. But that big pain and suffering piece, limited tort slams the door on that. So two people can be in the same exact crash with the same exact injuries, and one walks away with a full settlement while the other is told, sorry, your policy limited your right. Is exactly why insurance companies love limited tort in Pennsylvania. It's cheaper for you, yes, but it also builds in a really big discount for them on what they ever have to pay out to you, particularly under uninsured motorist coverage or underinsured motorist coverage. They're betting you'll never need the rights that you give up. But this is the part I really want you to hear. Limited tort is not the end of the story. Pennsylvania law carves out important exceptions. If you ever choose limited tort, you can still recover for pain and suffering if your situation falls into one of several categories. So let me walk you through one of the big ones. First and foremost, the important exception is serious injury. So if your injury is serious, meaning it caused a serious impairment of a body function or a permanent serious disfigurement, or the accident was fatal, God forbid, then limited tort does not apply and your full rights come back to pursue pain and suffering. The hard part here is that the insurance company gets to argue about whether your injury is truly serious. And that's a legal fight, and it's one that you don't want to have to walk alone. There are other exceptions as well. If the driver who hit you was driving under the influence and is convicted, limited tort comes off the table. If they were driving a vehicle registered in another state, limited tort generally doesn't apply. If they were uninsured or if they intended to hurt you, those are exceptions too. And if you were a passenger in certain situations or hurt by a commercial vehicle, those can be openings as well. So even if you have a limited tort policy, you can still pursue your pain and suffering claims. Practical takeaway: if you have a limited tort, do not assume that your case is worthless. So many people read the words limited tort, they get discouraged, and they never even call a lawyer to find out what their rights are. They leave real money on the table because they assume the door was closed, when in fact, there is a way that you can still make claims. The exceptions are real, and whether your injury qualifies as a serious injury is a question that often goes your way once a lawyer documents it properly with your doctors. If you have full tort, congratulations. You made a wise decision in picking your policy. You don't have to fight as hard to make your claims for your damages, but you still need to protect your rights. Insurance adjusters will always try to minimize your pain and suffering, to rush you into a fast, low settlement before you know how badly you're actually hurt. Full tort gives you the rights, but it doesn't give you the leverage. That part you build with evidence and treatment records and with someone in your corner who does this every day, like myself. One more thing, because I get this question constantly. People ask me, Rose, which one should I pick? Going forward, my honest answer is that for most families, the extra cost of the full tort is small compared to what you stand to lose if you're seriously hurt. It's only a few places where spending a little more money each month can protect you in a big way. So after you watch this, pull out your auto insurance policy, find the words limited tort or full tort, so that way you know exactly where you stand before anything even happens. If you were hurt in an accident in Pennsylvania and you're not sure whether limited tort applies to you, don't guess. And don't get an adjuster or be the one to tell you. Call my office for a free, no pressure consultation. We'll look at your policy and your injuries as well as the accident report and tell you honestly what your rates are. At Rose Harper Law, you pay nothing unless we win. No ganas, no pagas. The number and link should be below in the caption, but you can call 201-377-2337 and you can subscribe to this channel. You can call 601-757-1603 and we look forward to speaking to you and giving you a free consultation. Or you can go to roseharperlaw.com.